Hello guys, my name is Sansista. In this video I want to talk about core trauma, and this again is tied to the video that I made before, which is about shadow work. So if you didn't see it, it's a detailed breakdown. Check it out. It's something that will change your life, and that is changing right now mine. And like today I want to talk about even more important thing, and that's core trauma. We were talking about traumas, but the problem is that you you know, if you say to people to just like go into your past and look for all the traumas they've been through, they will tell you like, bro, what the fuck, like this is too much, you know. Like, I don't know, you for example like find this trauma, then you are like, you're for example really, how to say, you're really worry that, for example, there is some trauma that you don't see, right? That you are not aware of because everything is in your subconscious. Your ego is trying to bury it down, so you're not aware of it. And so it's kind of like a process that is really long. But what I found really, really insanely useful is to actually look for only one thing, and that's a core trauma that we're gonna talk about. Now, why I'm in CS? Because I was really thinking about this one thing. If you want that guide, then like skip on the timestamp on the video. But right now, I just want to talk about something in the CS, and that's I really think about like all the advices that I give to people before, and all the advice, like all the like every fucking YouTube channel on CS, even my videos, right? And like kind of like every advice in real life as well. It's coping, like it's coping, literally, because for real, for example, when you have a guide, and I don't want to blame anyone or like just say like it's a bad thing, but let's say from my own video, I made a video how to be calm in clutches or something like this, how to not have a pressure in clutches. And so basically, like what I talk about is some like pelvic method and some breathing technique and stuff like this. That's coping, because the point is that, like, why do you have a pressure in the first place? Right, like that's the thing, like you see all the time. And like also, um I can perform, and instead of why I can perform is most likely like at aim fuck, I can't speak, aiming training routine, right? Add demo watch, improve at utils, right? I don't know, fix your fucking take a new crosser or whatever it could be. Is always coping, is always going around the problem, you understand? And that's what I feel like it is. If you watch every fucking CS YouTuber, including me, we are all giving advices to coping, and it's not our bad, right? It's also in real life as well. You see, like when you say, uh, I'm scared, or like, you know, I'm like sad. Most of people would say, don't be sad, be happy. There is nothing to be sad. You know, people have a worse life than you and shit like that. And those advices are coping. This is a fucking coping. So I was really thinking about it, bro. So what's actually the solution? And the solution is trauma, core trauma. That's it. So I hope you get the point that really think about your life, like all the things that you like don't like, or all the things that are bad for you, whatever. What, why? Like why? Because we don't understand that our default is having a joy, having a peace, having a love, and is to be happy and be peaceful and like everything, like everything that you always wanted. Because why you chase money? Because you want safety, right? And you want happiness. Everything you chase, you want those feelings. You already have them. But the problem, what we did, is that we build up more things that make us to have a certain link towards something that we don't have, so we are not enough in that moment. I know it's getting a bit deeper, but I just want to talk about this because I feel like every advice, every like self-improvement type of shit is just coping. It's adding more stuff. Do aim routine, do demo. This will never work. Never. Like, bro, if you think that Donk is just better because, bro, he doesn't warm up, he doesn't aim routine, he is watching demos occasionally. He, like, he, bro, he doesn't do anything, for real. Like when it comes to, for example, Kerrigan, or for example, I don't know, all those pros, they're trying so much. And I'm like so, it's not about like mad, but it's like I'm so confused how people don't see it. How people don't see that everyone is just trying, and they don't see that the best players, or like the people that are the most happiest and everything, they do the opposite, right? And so yeah, just like this kind of like a thought process that I want to give you. But now we're gonna get into the main point of this video, and that's the core trauma. So core trauma. The point about all of this is that you can think about core trauma as a tree, or trauma experience in general. So if you think about tree, wait, let me make it bigger. You have some certain tree, right? Now all those leaves are traumas or experiences. Okay, so all those leaves are traumas, experiences, like for example, embarrassing moments that happen to you, or for example, not being good enough, whatever. And it is built on those roots, right? On those roots under the tree that you can see because you're not aware of it, right? And so those roots is the core trauma, and that's only one. And so you can have more core traumas, but it's really rare. So mostly people have, every human being has a core trauma. And the problem is that when you have a root, you are keeping building up on that. So when I have this thing, as a core trauma, I keep adding more, right? And more, and it keeps like making, like it's my default, if that makes sense. Like it's assurance, like it's evidence. Yeah, that's what I want to say. It's evidence that is like this. And when it keeps building, this is what you have inside. You have a fucking shadow inside of you that has all this kind of evidence, right? And so this is exactly what is core trauma, and like what's the work behind it, right? So the point about being happy, being safe within, being enough, having everything, and just living from a place of passion, living from a place of love, and attracting every opportunity, everything, like living literally. It's not surviving, it's living. The point is to find your core trauma. Okay, for me, my core trauma is when I get lost in Bulgaria. So Bulgaria PT, Bulgaria past trauma, and this was when I was 4 years old. Okay, so when I was 4 years old, I get lost by the sea in Bulgaria, and from that point, I had a certain equation that I have a fear of being alone, right? And so my equation was that alone is from what? Is from rejection. So what I need to don't have is rejection, right? That's the point. Like I cannot be rejected because when I'm rejected, I'm alone, right? So that's the point. And then I had another trauma experience that was in middle school when I wasn't enough, okay? And that's what I thought, that like because I'm not enough, right? I will get rejected and I will be alone. So that's why I need to try to be enough, right? In order to not get rejected, in order to not be alone. Another traumatic experience that, again, is building up towards it is that I was bullied. And this is tied up to this thing as well. Hurt it with. Because the point about this, I was bullied. This, again, equation. It doesn't need to make sense that much, like intellectually, right? But it makes sense feel-wise. And again, it's like really understanding the shadows, understanding what's running you, making sense of it, making a map, right? Asking your shadow, um, and it will speak up, right? It will send you a really important information. So, um, I was bullied because I wasn't enough. If I'm not enough, I will be rejected. If I'll be rejected, I'm gonna be alone, right? And I also get hurted because of the bully, right? So it's kind of like it will create this kind of equation, okay? this equation. And more things you have, it's even worse. And that's why I just couldn't be rejected. I just couldn't be rejected. Like, for example, making this video, I would never be possible to do it like 5 months ago. Never. Because this video is, first of all, personal. Second of all, I have more energy, I have more passion. And also the other stuff is that, how to say, like, I was just avoiding rejection in real life, in um in CS as well. And it's like, yeah, it's like there is a lot of things in it, you know? And there is even more things, like more evidence, more experiences that kind of prove this idea, this equation. Okay? Now, why does this matter? Why does finding your core trauma matters? Because when you have this core trauma, which for me was Bulgaria, and I keep saying what happened to me because probably you can relate to it. Not that it will happen the same as me, but you can actually see what was my first initial trauma in my lifetime. It was in 4 years old, because that's really important. We're gonna talk about it. But then you have this trauma and this trauma. Then it ties to this. It will make this evidence. It will make like this tree, right? It's a tree, right? It's literally a tree. Now, when you let go, and that's the thing, when you let go of traumas, which is what I was talking about in a previous video, it's awesome, right? So you let go of this, right? You let go of this, you let go of this, awesome, 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 and this one. Tree is cut off, right? But why? If you want to cut the tree, why the leaves? Why not the tree itself, right? And that's the thing. Oops, again to another desktop. And that's the thing, bro. Okay, good. Uh, that's the thing, because what you can do is that you can, because all the traumas are it's stemmed from the fear of being alone for me, okay? And that's why when I cut this, when I'm okay with being alone, every trauma will disappear. Everything will fucking disappear, you understand? So when you cut off this, then all the tree will fall down. So that's why you need to find your core trauma, because then it's the only thing that you need to release, and that's it. And you're free in life. You will be successful. You will experience the best life possible you can experience, because you're free. And like, that's the thing. That's the game, you know? So, how to find a core trauma? Think about what was your initial, that's the first method. What was your initial, like, what was your first obviously traumatic experience? Like, that's it. So, really, like, think about that. Like, what is the first memory that you remember from your life? I think that's the best thing ever, for real. For me, it's the Bulgaria, when I get lost, because it was a traumatic experience. So you're gonna remember it. And the point is that you probably, because it's so old, you're gonna probably remember it visually, but not feel-wise, right? You feel that the emotions, the sensations are disconnected, and that's okay. So what you need to do is get re-triggered. So for example, if it's fear of being alone, it can be, for example, fear of not being good enough, right? You need to understand when you get triggered. So for example, fear of being alone. What it means is that if I'm gonna get rejected, I'm gonna be alone. So what I need to do is I need to get rejected, and when I get rejected on a purpose, then I have a trigger, right? I'm stressing, I have this like urgency to escape, I need to numb it and stuff like this. Again, cope. What I do instead is that I dive into that feeling, and I visually now start to like watch a movie when I got lost, and then I feel the sensation comes up. And what I do is that I re-experience the trauma. It's really uncomfortable, it's really dark, it's really deep, it's really bad. But after you've done it, you're gonna feel so much great release, because you literally just cut off the whole tree. The point is that it's not a one time. I still have a work to do. You need to do it like 6 times, and then it is cut off, okay? And it's really dark, it's really uncomfortable. But if you do it it's the most worth it thing that you can ever do in your life, because that's what is blocking your life, that's what is blocking your success, everything. Okay, so that's the thing. And yeah, that's it. Like, I don't know what to say even more to it. Like, I think that's what I want to talk about. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about like some other stuff, but I think this is like the most important. Like, find your core trauma, release it, and then you're gonna cut the tree off, right? Cut the shadow, and then you're free. Like, that's it. That's it.